know it. Hey, that's right. We've been on it for years. I mean, almost since the beginning. Carol was an administrator in Brooklyn for years.
Donna, no idea if she's here?
Yes.
Where are they? They didn't come down yet?
I've been with them.
Oh, I was wondering if...
Probably. She was the last one here. Oh my God, she was. And you know what?
This is my jacket.
That's what I figured. I
My
just
big
didn't want to.
jacket. Hold on.
I bought a copy for you and I bought one for Dad.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, it's the least I could do, and you know
Well,
me,
are
being
you
a guy, I
kidding?
always do the least I can do.
The least he can do. He made this whole coach famous.
I didn't make you
Yes,
famous.
you did.
All I did was make more people aware of your famous.
I know. Congratulations. I see. I vouch for that.
And you were last.
Oh, but I
You had to wait the whole
I
time.
got to sit and see this guy do the whole thing.
But she had fun anyway. Oh, and in watching that, I came to a realization watching that.
trying to play her. You had such a nice team.
You've had a few.
We tried. I know, you know. Oh, we know, yes, exactly. You got it, buddy.
You busy?
I know.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 49th Annual Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference Field Hockey Tournament. Today, teams from the small, medium, and large class schools will be competing for the state's highest award in field hockey. It is a credit to both the players and the coaches to have advanced to the final games being played here today. Congratulations and good luck to both teams and their coaches. The CIAC sponsors these games today, and they would like to remind all fans and spectators that banners and noisemakers are prohibited and that the highest level of sportsmanship is to be displayed at all times to all players, coaches, officials, and spectators. We would like to extend a special thanks to Mike Maltesi, the athletic director at Wethersfield High School, and his staff for allowing us to use this wonderful facility today. Our Class M contest today is between the first-ranked Guilford High School and the second-ranked Wethersfield High School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for today's game. For the second-ranked Wethersfield High School, number 2, Caroline Provost. Number 6, Catherine Bello. Number 7, Logan Lasella. Number 8, Emma Anzade. Number 9, Emily Messina. Number 11, Emma Hux. Number 12, Molly Bowers. Number 16, Sadie Ruiz. Number 17, Sophia Nauer. Number 25, Bella Tomeno. And number 88, Julia Peacock. And for your first ranked Guilford High School, number 21, Ella Clark. Number 3, Scout Climby. Number 20, Maddie Epke. Number 2, Kim Evans. Number 4, Caroline Kane. 00, Julia McDonald. Number 12, Olivia McDonald. Number 18, Allie Petinito. Number 40, Peyton Root. Number 13, MJ Santa Barbara. And number 32, Delaney Victor. And the officials for today's game are Michelle Fontaine, Lil Perrone, and the alternate official is Cindy Fabian. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and remove your hat for the playing of our national anthem. The Eagles are led by coaches Colleen Boudet, Steve Boudet, and Diane Kraus.
Cottone Field in the small town of Wethersfield, Connecticut. As it
Coaches
becomes
for
the mecca of
Guilford
high
High
school
School.
hockey in the state of Connecticut. We get
Kitty
you started
Palmer,
for the early morning
Tara
match.
Slowick,
Class M finale between
Katie
number 1
Jankura,
and number 2
Here in
Wethersfield. My name is Jimmie Clark. Alongside me, Donna Vavrinec. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wethersfield. And what a great day for field hockey. Just the correct kind of weather. Not too hot, not too cold, and having two great teams. The number 1 team in Class M versus the number 2 in Class M. So what a great day for hockey.
And quite a few storylines are branching off into today's matchup. You get to see Guilford looking at a possible three-peat after not having a tournament last year. Their past 2 coming right here in Wethersfield against the Sacred Heart Academy in 2018 and Daniel Hand in 2019. Meanwhile, Wethersfield is looking for their second ever championship and only their second ever appearance. But that appearance was about 42 years ago, or 41 years ago now that we're here in 2021. 1980 when they beat West Hill.
And what a difference a few years are going to make here, just a few to say. Back then they probably were playing on a grass field, and here we are at the stadium where we're looking at a wonderful turf field, which will enable this game to move at a much quicker pace.
All right, well, we've seen both of these teams throughout the season. Both teams were tied coming in to the final game of this tournament, or they were tied going into the tournament, sorry, at 15-1, 0-0. Both teams were tied for that number 1 spot. We're going to see what looks like Sophia Nauer to take the face-off, and we're finally underway to crown our first of 3 champions here on the NFHS Network. Wethersfield in the blue, Guilford in the green and the white.
A stick obstruction.
And that one is rifled downfield, being brought in by the Grizzlies. Down back towards the end line. That looks like it could be number 32, Delaney Victor, is out there. Or no, I believe that might have been 22. Yep, 32. Ball being played back towards the sideline. Wethersfield again. Did some research on Wethersfield's last appearance just to get a sense of how long ago that was for the folks at home. You know, we use Post-it notes so often now, but back the last time the Eagles won this tournament or made the finals, Post-it notes were just making their debut under the name Pressin Peels. I mean, that's how long ago it was since Wethersfield has made the finals, and here they are again in a completely different era trying to win their second title. I think that's just astonishing. Looks like Molly Bowers to hit it back in. Played along by the Guilford Grizzlies. They whisk it away. Running up the field. Here they come. That is number, I believe that 20. That is Maddie Epke, one of the captains of this team. Puts it out in front of Julia Peacock, the senior netminder, and the Eagles are going to try and clear it. Laid off the foot and a corner. A corner has been awarded. Guilford to receive the first corner of the morning set. Like Kim Evans will bring it into play, and we'll see what Kitty Palmer, the field general of this Grizzlies organization, has up the sleeve. And we'll see what Coach Boudet, the opposing general from Wethersfield, looking to try and thwart the attack. It's played in to number 18. Who fires one? Oh! A block with the body, but another corner. Looks like that was stopped by Emma Anzade. Shot was ripped by Ali Petanito. Play it back into Petanito. Lays it off to what appears to be Epke. Epke will play it off the body again. And so you've seen a lot of field hockey here. When a team is rolling on this many corners like Guilford is, what are the odds of success this early in a game especially?
This is the time when the players really haven't felt each other out. It would be probably a better time for them to actually score, but it looks like Wethersfield is up for the action here, and that's now stopped 3 corners in a row, kind of deflating the the momentum of Guilford. And they just played it out to the 45-yard line and getting it back again. So, I mean, that has to be uplifting for Wethersfield to say, okay, we held them 3 times now, so.
Well, I've seen a lot of this Wethersfield team, as some of you might know. I go to school here in Wethersfield. This is a very good defensive team, especially on that goalie unit and on corners especially. They are very good, and Julia Peacock playing a majority of the season, giving up only 4 goals through the regular season, 1 goal through the whole tournament in that shootout win against Joel Barlow. Meanwhile, Guilford not scoring less than 6 all tournament long, allowing absolutely 0 goals. So I really think this could be a very big defensive matchup as that ball will roll over the end line and out by the end zone with about 10:48 to go here in the contest. So this first quarter starting to really get moving. Like Bowers is going to be able to hit it in as the Cottone Field grandstands trickle in with more folks. They continue to pack as that one's played in towards the goal, kept out by Guilford. Ooh, and a nice stop by Emma Anzadeh. This will be played out towards Catherine Bello, but all over it is number 13. That's MJ Santa Barbara. Bello to play it back, but she's swarmed by the Guilford defenders. They'll play it right across the field into their hands. Looks like Guilford continues to just simply move it a little bit more forward, as that was Peyton Root who last got a touch of the ball. She'll hit it into play once again. Nice stop by Molly Bowers, but number 21, Ella Clark, is right there to pick it up. Number 13, MJ Santa Barbara, once again bringing it along. Santa Barbara. And Bella Tomeno is there on the stop. Tomeno, believe it or not, her first year playing field hockey, and she's absolutely phenomenal for pretty much just picking up the field hockey stick this year.
It's a great move to get the ball out of the scoring area.
And number 20, that is Epke, brings it up and takes a shot. Lobbed it up a little bit too much, and the Eagles clear it off to the sideline. We're seeing Guilford control a lot of the possession in the early goings of this game. Do you think Wethersfield has a chance to maybe rebound, take the ball, and if they get a good charge, can they really rattle this team, a team that's won 2 in a row?
We just had a corner there for looking like went off the body of one of the Wethersfield's players. We'll see how much, because they have been pretty strong on defense here. It might be interesting to see what they do on this corner, whether or not they can pull it out. I keep looking to see if they have anybody upfield that they can send the ball to, but it looks like they're bringing everybody back on defense.
And that is much the strategy of Wethersfield. They play very defensively as a save by Julia Peacock. And they're going to say they cleared it.
Yep, off of deep offensive leg, so Wethersfield ball.
That is incredible right there.
Yeah, their defense is stifling Guilford for sure. They're very aggressive to the ball. They just need to catch one break, it looks like, on their passes, but.
And so Bello works it forward. It's taken away by Guilford. Quick on the ball is Sadie Ruiz. Back to Bello and worked out of bounds towards that far sideline. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome in on the NFHS Network. We'll bring you all of the action coming up next. It's a matchup of CIAC rivals between Wilton and New Canaan. That'll be coming up next at the 12 p.m. set, the matinee matchup. And then we'll see the prime time event at 2 o'clock. This one's played right along, but we're here catching the action for the morning set. As Guilford and Wethersfield battle it out, the 1 and the 2. I've looked at the other brackets. These are the 2 highest seeds to make the finals out of all 3 championship games, and no other bracket have the 1 and the 2 both made the title game.
Yeah, you look at the next game, you're going to see the number 1 team, New Canaan, versus the number 11, Wilton. both teams coming from the same league and are very familiar with each other's style of play. It should be an exciting game for our next game also. And then finally you have the number 4 seed Brantford playing the number 2 seed Stonington. Again, two teams that see each other a lot during the year because they play, I believe, in the same conference or crossover conferences. So a lot of familiarity as we see through these games, and I don't believe that Wethersfield and Guilford actually see a lot of themselves, see them playing each other, or a lot of other teams in their separate conferences. So it'll be interesting. It's interesting here today.
Well, I mean, I notice a lot of these really great teams that make the championships are far from Wethersfield. It's a long ride for a lot of these teams, so it is a rarity to see, so to speak, as here's Guilford on a beautiful chance, taken away by the defense. They need to clear the ball.
Nice pass out, change field direction.
Logan Lasella splits a defender, and off to the races she goes. Played off Guilford and out of bounds, and the Eagles charge as they soar down the field. Continues as Provost to hit it into play. Picked up by Guilford. And quickly, the Grizzlies are back on the march. Brought up and stopped by the defense. Wethersfield again down the sideline, puts a little too much on that forward pass. And with 5:18 to go in the first quarter, this is looking like it could really be a genuine toss-up. Nice play in from Guilford. Wethersfield was on it. And this one moving forward again. Wethersfield on top of the ball, but Guilford wrestles it away. And this Guilford team, you know, has been a juggernaut throughout the entire season. Their only loss coming to the number 2 seed of another bracket. That was Darien. And that was a 6-0 loss for them. But then again, Darien was arguably one of the best teams in field hockey, making the number 2 seed in the Class L bracket to be upset by Wilton, in fact, a team we'll see in the next game. So Class M was really punching upwards in that game, and you can't blame them for taking that loss, as was Wethersfield's one blemish, taking that one to Glastonbury, a team that Guilford had beaten earlier in the season by a score of 4-0. So both teams getting their hard matchups around the middle or late part of the season, being their only losses on the year. So both of these teams looking really unstoppable coming towards this tournament. It's more so the comparison of the unstoppable force and the immovable object meeting in tonight's game.
I think what you're seeing out here today so far is some great defense by both teams. You know, and the level of play has just improved so much throughout the state of Connecticut. It's a testament to
Whoa!
the kids.
Ball might be
We're
stuck. Stoppage in play. They're going to stop the
Stop
clock.
the play. The ball's in the goalie's pads.
This is now officially the second time I've seen this, and it's happened in back-to-back games, I will say. Ball gets stuck in the goalie equipment. And Guilford will be awarded a corner out of the mix.
Okay.
Can't say that's all too common of an occurrence.
No, I haven't seen that at all season long. And in many of the games I either officiated or played or viewed. It's the first one I've seen this season.
The only other time I've seen it in 4 years, in fact, it was the shootout game that Wethersfield played back on the 16th against Joel Barlow. The shootout was coming. The Joel Barlow goalie got in there, and the ball went right inside the blocker pad along the leg.
There's a breakaway.
And Sophie Adams, it looks like, trying to get on there and maybe center a pass. But Guilford, what a defensive stand-up challenge to take the ball. And they will work it down the sideline. With 2:40 to go in this first quarter. Time winding down. Maybe there's time for 2-3 last charges in this quarter before we reach the intermission. So we see Wethersfield will play it in from the sideline. They chip it forward Like a golf hit there. Guilford will take the ball off the whistle. Back towards the Grizzlies. Epke now. Up the field she goes. Off the foot of a Wethersfield defender. And Guilford. They will get another one. 2 minutes to go, and it looks
It's,
like
it's behind the 25-yard line, or it's on the 25. So that means they have to, before they can put that ball in the circle, the ball has to travel 5 yards or be touched by a defender. And actually, that ball was actually not only touched by a defender, but now the defense is now the offense.
And here come the Wethersfield Eagles on a charge here. Whistle blows. Eagles will retain the possession with 1.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Time continues here from Wethersfield High School. A game akin much to the Super Bowl between Tampa Bay and Kansas City. One team inadvertently getting a home field advantage, but yet they are the away team, technically, in this matchup, being the number 2 seed. Guilford to play it in. And they'll work it far sideline. There is now 1 minute left in this first quarter of 4 scheduled rounds between these two heavyweights. Now we get to see Guilford moving along. Look at the run that they've got right now. They're splitting the defense. Maddie Epke.
We have a corner.
Ooh, that's big with 38 seconds to go. Maddie Epke got on her horse and took off. I mean, talk about speed, getting past the defense down that far sideline spot. That was something to watch. And now Guilford to play a corner in here. Looks like they should get this one in before the whistle. Play it forward. Off to the side. Here's the shot. Rebound opportunity. Stopped by Wethersfield. They clear the corner. And that should end this one. The quarter will come to a close. What a stop by the senior goalie, Julia Peacock. Time ends, suspended animation. We're at intermission. Score remains 1-0. Absolutely incredible. 0-0. End of the first. So, I gotta ask, Donna, what did you see throughout that first quarter?
I saw some great defense by both teams. Absolutely, Wethersfield's defense came to play today because Guilford has been pretty much dominated the game. So for that first quarter anyhow. And then when Wethersfield took a couple breaks down, Guilford's defense actually stepped up to the plate and stopped any of their progression down the field. So I've seen 2 great defensive battles and 2 teams that are here to play. Be interesting. I can't wait for the second quarter to come to see, what's going to happen next. I'm sure a lot of people are on their seats cheering for it. I see a lot of crowd here for Wethersfield. Well, both teams.
Yeah, both teams really made the journey. Wethersfield had a little bit of a shorter journey, I guess you could say, but you gotta love the dedication from the Guilford fan base, making it all the way up from just about the shoreline almost to get right up to Central Connecticut, the heart of Central Connecticut, just outside of Hartford, to make this state final with an opportunity to win a 3rd straight state title.
I don't think either team, it wouldn't matter where you're playing it. If it was all the way up in the northwest corner, they would be there today, excited to playing a championship game because, you know what, once you graduate, it's one of the best experiences. You can look back out and say, hey, you know what, I played in a championship game.
Yeah, and I'm sure this Wethersfield program is not going to forget it. These guys have made great progression over the past few years, gradually making their way up through the tournament rounds. First round exit 3 years ago, second round exit about 2 years ago. Didn't play a tournament last year. This year they're in the finals. That's quite a jump from where they were just a few years ago, prior to about 2018. And now we're seeing Guilford they've made some great progressions. They've made the championships in 2012, 2016, 2018, 2019. Only the last 2 of those being back-to-back championship wins. That was their only solo championship as well, as they were co-champs in 97 and 91, sorry. 91, they were co-champs with Cheshire. 97, co-champs with Simsbury. Their solo championship days would not start until 2018. And the Eagles with Logan Lasella working the ball forward. Guilford's defense is there, but it's played off the foot of Caroline Kane. Molly Bowers chops it in. Oh my goodness, that might have gone through. But a beautiful stop is put on. I believe that was Julia McDonald, the starting netminder. Beautiful sidestepping save. Bowers nearly had a goal from about 30 yards out. She'll play it in this time. They'll play the short ball. Working forward as Bowers back to the ball inside in front of the net. Whistle blows, and I gotta ask, how many times have you seen that kind of play in go into the net?
Well, if that went into the net and it was not touched by a offensive player, that would not have scored because she took that shot from well outside the circle. She took that shot from what, about the 30-yard line and sent it straight in?
Just about.
What if it did go in? It did go in, then it would have been a free hit for the defense because she put the ball over the line. So, whoa, she just had to stick that she had play.
And look at Maddie Epke once again. Look at her blazing past the defense. Here she comes. Kick save. A beautiful save. This game remains scoreless. One has to wonder, with all the opportunities from both teams, is anybody going to score in this first half?
That was great defense and great work by the keeper.
And number 40, Peyton Root, will play it from the sideline. Takes a couple steps in, hesitates, takes another one. And off the foot of somebody, they're going to say it was off of Wethersfield. And Root will take the ball again. No, it was off of Guilford, and they will signal the ball to Wethersfield's possession. This time it'll be Bowers to hit it. And my, does she get all of it. Out to the 50, but Epke, once again, she's really their stud on this Guilford team. The complete package, speed, offensive ability, agility, just everything you would really want in a star player for field hockey.
Okay, again, the ball's just outside the circle, so it has to travel 5 yards or be second touched. And the Guilford player, number 20, I believe, was not 5 yards away, so both teams need to be 5 yards away in order to receive that ball. So the ball went back over to Wethersfield, and now Guilford has to receive the ball back.
And Guilford on the attack. They get it back out to Root. Root takes a shot up in front to number 13, but the ball was just a little bit... I'm not sure if that went out of bounds or if they
it
just...
went off the end line, so it's a free hit out to Glastonbury.
Off
I mean,
the
not
end line, and
yeah, Wethersfield.
that
sorry.
was going to Santa Barbara. And I mean, hey, both are Central Connecticut powerhouses. They've always played close games, and they're both wearing blue, so I can't blame you.
Ball was too high. Danger involved.
And so this will be played out towards Epke. Wales on it, sends it forward towards Bella Tomeno of the defensive unit. Whistle blows. See this ball go Wethersfield's way. Bowers again to have it in these 15-minute quarters. 11:15 to go in the first half. Almost 30 minutes elapsing in today's game. Just about 20 minutes have elapsed throughout the first of 3 matchups we're going to bring you here on the NFHS network. And it looks like the whistle blows there, Guilford ball. And so in your experience, you are the, I believe it was the head of the officials board?
I'm the president or chairwoman of our Connecticut Field Hockey Association, or the officials. And it's, I've been it for the past at least 4 years, so it's the corner now being called again for third-party obstruction.
Certainly lucky to have you along with us. I mean, you really know the game inside and out, so that kind of insight is
Well, I thank you for the
truly
compliment. But
appreciated.
we all are a work in progress. You know that. We all learn something new every day, especially with officiating.
And, oh, Guilford inside, but it's a whistle that blows in a corner, I believe.
It was off the foot of one of the defenders, so a corner was called.
So we'll see Guilford take this one by the near sideline. They're stacking up more so to the far side, and they're going to change sides again. And now they'll take it by the far sideline, and the players will skew to the near sideline.
Well, Guilford has had many opportunities on corners. They just haven't been able to capitalize on it because of the great defense we're seeing. Every time they think you have it, there's a defender like right there.
Oh, man, you willed it into existence right there.
Yep.
Wethersfield to play it towards the end line.
So 25-yard hit coming back in again for Guilford.
So both
Again,
teams
both
really...
teams need to be 5 yards away before they can receive this ball. Okay, she did this time, and she can send it in.
Ooh, kick save and cleared. Not out of the woods yet until they are given the ball by the official. As the whistle blew and Wethersfield got the ball, they give it back though. And then Guilford gives it back.
Wow. Great defense there.
Yeah, this, again, truly is a very defensive game on both sides. But, again, just like that first quarter, Guilford dominating the offensive possession time as Epke puts it inside. Root was there, but just can't quite get the handle on it. Another corner to be given. Or no, this will be the...
Corner.
Yes, it is a corner.
It's off of defender's leg.
This time it looks like Epke is going to take it, so that is going to be a offensive asset that they do not have on this corner here, except for playing it in, unless they attempt to pass it back to her. The Eagles' defense was there, but another corner is given.
The ball rolled up, number 25 stick on her body, so we're going to repeat that corner.
And I mean, I will say the corner is arguably one of the more tense and more looking forward to aspects of the game.
Well, you know, they used to say every corner is a goal, but obviously in this game it's not, because how many corners have we had so far?
Too many to count. As Epke brings it inside. Kick save again! And the ball is given to the Eagles, and Julia Peacock on her A-game tonight. And the offensive giant has been held silent today. And we'll see how well that holds up for the next 7:25 of the first half. Eagles just need to get one really good break, but I don't think this one is going to be it. That one is hit way too hard, rolling to the end line, and over it goes. So not quite the break they were looking for on that offensive opportunity. Maybe a little too jumpy on the hit. Either way, 7 minutes left in the first half of action. And so glad you could join us on a chilly but quite beautiful Saturday morning. So glad you could spend your Saturday morning with us in Wethersfield, Connecticut on the NFHS network. Ball to be picked up by Guilford. They'll send it. Ooh, not what they were looking for. But the Eagles defense can't quite get there in time as they were presented an opportunity. Far sideline, played along, but back to Guilford. The Grizzlies trying to take it away. Here come the Grizzlies. The white and the green, they play it forward. A nice cross-field pass. And it looks like the Eagles will let it roll across the end line and take the ball back.
Smart play by that defender not to touch that ball and just get the ball back as a 16-yard free hit.
And so they play it back towards the 50. This will play off of number 16. That is Sadie Ruiz. Guilford now working forward. They bring number 2 into the game. That's Kim Evans, who's going to come in off the sideline there. And play it across the end line again. With the final 5.5 minutes of the first half to go. And, you know, we've seen a lot of Guilford's offense tonight, but let's talk a little bit about Wethersfield's offense on those few opportunities that they have been provided. What have you seen out of the Eagles' offense?
Well, I think that they're going to have to make some adjustments that second half because they're trying to get the ball upfield, but they haven't sent any of their front linemen up there to receive it. So it's almost like they're hitting the ball and the offense can't catch up to that hit. So some of those probably will be talked about at halftime, I will assume. Because once they get the ball down in the 25-yard line, I mean, they're pretty aggressive. You know, break here and there. But again, Guilford's defense is doing the same thing as Wethersfield's defense. They're stepping up.
Oh, and a good defensive play to try and get the stop, but maybe a little too much contact there. I believe Guilford will retain possession.
A little bit to push her off her mark, so
a little extra, little extracurriculars on that play. As this will be played out.
Not bad enough to, you know, card, just enough to say, hey, just don't do that again.
And this Eagles team, they do like to play very hard, and that is how they've gotten these 15
We have another corner.
Oh boy, my favorite.
We have another corner, and it was looks like the official gave the signal for, you know, a stick obstruction. So.
And we'll see if potentially this is the first goal of our contest on these corners. I mean, we've seen so many of these. It's almost every other second we're seeing them. As Guilford playing it back and forth. Good stop laid on by Emma Anzadeh, but it goes right back to Maddie Epke. Epke brings it in, lets one fly. Eagles need to clear it. They do. And now they have the opportunity to get on a charge. Sadie Ruiz has the ball. Whistle blows, Eagles ball. 3:25 to go in the second quarter. And the Eagles presented with an offensive opportunity that we haven't seen in, well, quite some time. I don't even think we've seen an Eagles corner today.
I don't think so either. I mean, we've seen plenty of Guilfords, but...
Speaking of Guilford, a good defensive stop back there thwarts the attack. They will play it off around the 30, in towards the 40. Number 1 with a good move to get past number 8. That was Grace Barledge to get past Emma Anzadeh. Root hits it in. Try and see what that whistle was. It will be Guilford.
It was a stick obstruction.
As it is most of this game, as I'm noticing.
Yeah.
And so now Sophia Nauer for Wethersfield.
And that happens when they're playing, instead of catching the ball, they're catching the stick of their opponent. It really obstructs them to be able to play the ball. So.
And so we've got Guilford moving up the field, a little too much on it. They should go over the end line. And there are 2 minutes to play in this first half of action. It's really been all Guilford offensively, but the way this Eagles defense is playing it really is anybody's game. I mean, one good break for Wethersfield, and they might be able to pull away with the lead right now.
Okay, now Wethersfield has put a couple players upfield for that pass, but didn't get through.
Oh, here's a chance!
There it is. Maybe.
It is back there, and the Eagles tap it away. It's a corner. We saw this at the Joel Barlow game. The defenders getting behind the goalie to keep it out. It's something we've seen all tournament long, and it's bailed them out every time almost. As Guilford is ready for a corner. I tell you, this is a very defensive-minded team, and they're willing to lay everything on the line to keep that ball out of the net. With 1:05 to go in the second quarter, Eagles defender tries to get out there and play the ball. Another corner is awarded with now 57 seconds left. The way this is being played, I really think this could go to overtime.
Don't even say that yet. We have a whole second half to play.
The counter is wood. The counter is wood. I'm knocking on it. All right. But I gotta say, I'm loving this game right now. This is one of the more exciting field hockey games I'd say I've seen in about 4 years. As the corner will be played away by Wethersfield with 25 seconds to go. So
it's a 25-yard hit and in.
Play
Second
it.
touch, playing it into the goalkeeper.
Oh, defense is there, and they'll just send it
And guess
along the
what?
end line. And another corner.
Another corner because she sent it over the end line intentionally.
We got 10 seconds to go in this first half, so we will get to see them most likely run out the clock to get this corner.
Yep.
Of course, the quarter will not end until the corner has been cleared. So they will play this out. Big opportunity for a big momentum boost goal for Guilford.
You'll see Guilford has all their offensive players, the whole team down around the corner.
They want this, and they want it bad. They're hungry. Here's a shot. Playing along! Guilford held out! Rebound! Can they keep it out? Another kick save. Ball's up in front. It's a complete scramble. Another corner's awarded, and the quarter continues. Oh my goodness!
There was an open net there, and the player just couldn't put it in.
It looked like Peacock had dove with the stick to try and at least cover up the ground for the width of the stick. And the shot, she just never pulled the trigger on the shot back there. As it's played inward again! Wide of the net! Quarter's cleared! We go to halftime. That is a huge momentum boost for this Wethersfield team. They clear it. Well, they didn't clear it, but they stopped it once, cleared it a second time. We go to half. Knotted at 0. A lot to come. Don't you go anywhere on the NFHS network, as we'll bring you all the action when we come back from halftime. Guilford 0, Wethersfield 0. We'll catch you in about 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget there is a CIAC Championship t-shirts that are on sale under the white tent near the southern gate. Concession stand set up just above the southern goal. Clam chowder, chili, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, pizza, donuts, hot cocoa, water, tea, soda, seltzer, donuts, coffee, chips, candy, bananas, apples.
action is about to begin. If you're just joining us, I'm Jimmie Clark. Alongside me, Donna Vavrinec. We are so glad you could join us Saturday morning on the NFHS Network. Very quick 5-minute halftime. A little breather. Get you back out. Maybe a little bit longer than the typical intermission. Big stop by Wethersfield, but even bigger play by Guilford. Another big play with a nice poke. A diving stop by number 16, Sadie Ruiz. Ball goes to Guilford. Man, all I can think of on that one was Bobby Orr in the old-time Stanley Cup diving to take the shot. That was incredible. That is dedication right there. And we were talking out at halftime, and you said you admired that there is no quit on this defensive unit for Wethersfield High School and no quit for the offensive unit for Guilford High School. But which do you think is going to prevail in the next 30 minutes?
You know, I am not making a prediction. You cannot make me do that. Do not ask me. Do not force me to. Because defense, what do they say? Defense wins championships.
But then
Isn't
again,
that an old football saying
that
somewhere?
is. But then again, offense wins games.
Well,
And here is the Eagles on the offensive. Not sure what is clicked at halftime, but the Eagles are pressuring Guilford in their own zone. Maybe this field is tilted, you know?
I think the coaching staff made some great adjustments at halftime and really probably tell the kids, you know, just keep going. You're doing a great job. You know, defense is keeping us in here. It's time for the offense to get together here.
Ooh, and that'll be played off a Guilford defender and across the end line.
We have a 25-yard hit and in again.
And what we did notice at halftime, 0 shots on goal for Wethersfield, 0 corners, but an astonishing, as you gathered from the managers, 15 corners from Guilford and 12 saves by Wethersfield. Bowers will chip it towards the circle off the foot
Off
of
the foot
number
of Guilford, so
21, Ella Clark. Wethersfield plays it forward.
yep, ball was too high, dangerous.
And so it'll be number 2, Kim Evans, to play it forward. Wethersfield's number 11, I believe that's Emma Hucks, plays it back, taken away by Epke. Epke is a name you're going to hear a lot if you're just tuning in with us here for the start of the second half. Tied at nothing. Number 18 right there with a good move. That is Ali Pedanita. Plays it forward, up towards 21, off the stick of 13, but Wethersfield to take it away. Eagles,
Up
and a corner.
and a corner.
Lucky number 16 right
There we
now.
go.
15 of these corners, none of them have gone through. Does it go through on the 16th, or are we calling save? Are we taking the over-under on this one?
I'm calling save.
You're calling save, okay. Here it comes. Played out to the center. Trying to get back inside. Eagles. Played on defense. A stop. Ball is still loose. Covering it is Peacock. Corner is
And
clear. You
what
were
did
right.
I say? I called it save. I'm noticing now what they're doing on defense. So if the keeper does go out and plays the ball, they're dropping back one of their defenders to the back corner of the cage. It's interesting because she's playing it, and the problem could be is if she has that ball comes off her foot, then we're going to have a penalty on that. But so far, so good with having that extra defender back there so the keeper can do her job.
Well, I mean, this has been a staple for Wethersfield's defense through turning time. Came big once again on the 16th against Barlow out in Watertown. That was a big part of the Eagles' defensive game for that contest. And it's no wonder why they would use it against an offensive powerhouse like Guilford if it worked so well in the last game.
Right. I mean, they really are. They're packing that circle with defenders. Let's see. Next time I'm going to go down and count how many are there, but it looks like just about 8 people are in that circle. So
Guilford is really trying to put on the offensive pressure, which, you know, they've done quite well throughout the game, but the second half, it seems more back and forth than it did in the first
much more
half.
balanced second half. again, coaching adjustments. You actually can see that she has a couple of offensive players upfield when they're attacking. So.
Of course, there's still quite a bit of field hockey to go, so plenty of time for that to change if at all needed. But I like this balanced style of play as that one's hit in and rifled over the end line. I like this balanced style of play, but so I don't think it needs to change, but I think the scoreboard needs to change. I think we need to see somebody score in the second half.
Well, you already said that word that everybody didn't want to hear, overtime, so don't be talking and you know that you want to see a score on there when you were the one who said, oh, I think we're going to go to overtime.
Well, there's a difference between a prediction and a hope.
Oh, okay.
The prediction was OT. The hope is not OT. As here comes Guilford right along that far sideline, and they are streaking down the field, picking it up inside the 10. They'll pick it up around the 11.
And there's defense.
Of course. What kind of play would it be if the defense wasn't there? And of course, with 9 minutes to go.
We have a corner.
Corner. Oh boy. Number 17.
You know, even though there's breakdown on the defense to create these corners, you know, they're not at all worried by it because they know that so far, 17 corners and no score. I would be like, okay, not a problem. We'll have a corner. We're going to get the ball out.
Uh-oh. Ooh, it's going to be stopped once again on the 17th attempt. The whistle blows. We're going to see an 18th attempt. Gotta say, I love seeing corners in this game, but I mean, at some point it's too much. With 8:08 to go in the third quarter, the game's been breezing us by for a little bit, and I'm sure that now that I've said that, the fourth quarter's gonna slow to a crawl, and oh my goodness, what a dive! How did she do that? Absolutely leapt to the ball. And with 7:45 to go, from 25 yards out, they bring it in. High.
No, outside the circle.
Ooh, outside the circle, no goal. I thought that missed. I thought that clanged off the post and might have gone wide. It rolled out.
But it's still, I think it was deflected.
Okay.
But it was the shot initially came from outside the circle, so it's not a goal.
Gotcha. I gotta say, there are still some rules that are confusing. It's like offsides in soccer, you know.
I'm so glad we got rid of offsides in field hockey because that was.
Was it worse?
It was worse. There were whistles all the time.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I can understand in soccer it has something vaguely to do with the back line. I can't imagine what it would be as we get to see the 19th corner of the game for Guilford. I can't imagine what it would be in field hockey.
Yeah, it was anywhere on the field, basically.
Oh.
So unlike soccer, it was only from the back line. This was slowed the game down. Oop, maybe?
Oh, up in front, kick save! Cleared away, Wethersfield to get the ball. Or no, I believe, yes. Ollie Bowers to play it forward. Goes right to the Guilford defenders on the back. Up to number 18, Ali Pedanito. Pedanito plays it forward to number 13, Santa Barbara. Pedanito will battle for it. Ball will retain in Guilford possession. Now 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Number 3 rifles one into the circle. Trying to clear it out is Wethersfield, and they do exactly that. Guilford now trying to get on the attack once again. The better question is, when have they not been on the attack? As here comes Epke. Plays it forward. Wide of the net. That is a big sigh of relief. They were really putting the pressure on.
That was close.
5:38 to go. Played very forward. Back to Guilford, though. And the Grizzlies trying to charge the field. Get it through towards the circle, but only to the perimeter when it's cleared out by Wethersfield and will be sent out of bounds. Coach Boudet to get the toe tap stop on the ball. Guilford will play it from about the 47-yard line. Oh, right off the arm of Sadie Ruiz. She'll be all right, though. No need for a check-in with the athletic trainer, Mr. Scott Applebaum, a member of the high school community here. And I gotta say, he is well liked amongst the high school community. A true asset to have here at the high school. He's done some great work. Number 12, Molly Bowers, rifles it in again. This will go right past the goal. It wouldn't have counted anyway, but they will make sure it goes out of bounds. And no one was there to receive that pass, like you had mentioned in the first half of the game.
Yeah, they just need to find one of their kids to break out and break through that. Because they're getting the ball through the defense of Guilford. It's just they haven't brought any of their own players up to receive that pass.
Well, do you think it's part of a defensive strategy to not have someone up that far, and just in case rally back quick?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're trying to slow down Guilford's attack and make them work really hard to try to get through. You have to get through everybody. Look at the circle. There's only one player out of the circle.
That's Sadie Ruiz. The kick save is delivered. Ball will go Wethersfield's way.
So now, one of the Wethersfield's players, well, we have the wing out there who's moving upfield, so.
Well, I think they like to move the player up, as what I'm seeing late in the quarter. That's what they did in the second half. They like to play a little bit more offensively late, is what I'm seeing. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing. I might be wrong. Now number 18 brings it up. That's Pedinito. Here's number 13. That is Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara now. Bring it up into the circle. Played out. Back in. Off a defender. Corner awarded. Lucky number 20.
Wow.
You know, I really don't know if I should be keeping count.
I wonder how many, yeah, stop keeping count. Maybe we can, like, get one of them to score. I wonder how many plays Guilford has for corner plays. Well, if they have 20 of them.
If they did, they'd be very lucky to try each one out a different time. Now it'll be off the defender.
Usually didn't see that one.
And Guilford playing forward in the circle. Off the defender again, it looks like. That time, it will be another point.
I think the last time what happened is they probably retained possession of the ball.
Off the hit.
Off the hit, yeah.
Once again, Guilford chasing their third straight title last year, beating Daniel Hand 3-2. Or not last year, but 2 years ago. Off the stick of a defender, not cleared out though. Guilford still on the run. On the loose. Ball in front. Oh my goodness, the defender is right there to stop it. Are you kidding?
Great defense.
The offense is unstoppable, but the defense is immovable. I mean, this is incredible to watch. They're both evenly matched in two completely different ways.
You know, you're absolutely right. They are matched in completely different ways. You have a great defense playing a great offense at the moment. And it looks to me like so far, guess what? The defense is winning.
Well, with just over a minute to play, 65 seconds to be specific, in the third quarter, here comes Wethersfield. They play it forward, up to Adams. Adams moving it now, along to Ruiz. Ruiz down the middle. The Eagles on the charge. They split a defender. Opportunity is here. Kick save. Guilford's keeper comes way out, soaring out of the crease, out of the circle. Looks like a stoppage to the clock, I believe, coming. At 45.7.
We have a card, green card on number 18? Looks like an 18,
16. That would be 16, Sadie Ruiz. And I'm sure, what was it for the dive towards the goalie?
Yes.
As she now comes,
Yeah.
so that'll be a 2-minute, I believe she's signaling.
Yep,
So
2 minutes.
that's akin to the 2-minute minor of hockey back there. Not quite a box, but more so a chair. This Eagles team playing very hard. Guilford almost flubs on the play in. Wethersfield to take it, but not for long. They do take it. With 34 seconds to play in the third quarter. Wethersfield applying the pressure very late. That was a great charge that they had earlier, but the goalie came way out there to kick it away. And here comes Epke once again, streaking down the field. Can she get there? She's in the circle now. Guilford on the run. Plays up. In the goal!
She lifted that up over the keeper who was on the ground.
Over the keeper. And Guilford draws first blood. 7.8 seconds to go in the third. That's a huge momentum boost. All they have to do is guard a 1-goal lead for 15 minutes and 7 seconds. That is absolutely huge.
Well, that was on a quick breakaway. And Guilford took advantage of numbers, that's for sure.
And so with a very, very late offensive charge by the Grizzlies of Guilford, they will go to the intermission up 1-0 with a quarter to go. One final round in this heavyweight slugfest. What a way to open the day of championship games. This is if this is setting the pace, I can't wait to see the next one.
You're going to see this game here is everything that you would love in a field hockey game. You have two teams battling it out. Defense of one team versus the offense of another team. I can't wait to see what the next 15 minutes is going to bring because this game is not over.
Oh, it is.
That's for sure.
It is.
I mean, there's
definitely
a lot of
far
heart
from
out
over
here by both teams, so exciting hockey for sure.
And I will say this game is definitely far from over, as you said. It's really not over until it's over. So I wouldn't count anybody out. I mean, that was an example of not counting a team out. 7.8 seconds to go, scoring the go-ahead.
Right.
Number
And
one,
then taking the
Grace Varlish, assisted by number 20, Maddie Epke.
that goal by Guilford was phenomenal because they had the numbers. The keeper came out and made a great save. She's lying on the ground. She still has the ability to use her stick to, swat away the ball. The ball goes out, and then all of a sudden, right, Guilford says, okay, I can't get it through her, obviously, because she's laying on the ground. So they did the only thing that was possible to score a goal, and that was to lift it up and over her. So it was a great goal.
And we've seen Wethersfield do the same to other teams this year. I mean, it's a great play when it does happen. And Guilford executed that masterfully. They had a great save opportunity presented by Wethersfield. Wethersfield made that phenomenal save, as he said. Julia Peacock, an absolutely phenomenal senior netminder here. And it is a battle of senior netminders with Julia McDonald and Julia Peacock battling each other out. But just three guys surrounding a goalie on the ground, no one behind in the net,
Right.
down a man with the penalty. There's really nothing else you can do. It was a great opportunity by Guilford. They took full advantage of it. And right now they've got 15 minutes to hold a 1-goal lead, which, seeing the way they've played defensively and offensively, this is a winnable game. But in the same right, it's a winnable game for Wethersfield as well. They've had those offensive opportunities, especially late in quarters. They've been able to apply the pressure. They're very good at playing it in off the whistle. If they can get one break and beat the senior goalie, Julia McDonald, this is a big, big opportunity. I work for CCSU's ice hockey, and as our head coach would say, no matter what, this is a very winnable hockey game right here.
Oh yeah, we have 15 minutes left. I mean, this game is not over. I see no quitting in either of these two teams. So, like I said earlier, it'll be very interesting to see, this last 15 minutes, to see who lays it all out on the line. And that's what you're going to see now.
Yeah, these guys are going to start going into desperation survival mode right here. I've seen, other teams, other games get rough when it's the final part of a championship game. I expect the same kind of intensity as we get started. Guilford quickly gloved up, or not gloved up, but eaten up by Sophia Nauer. Whistle is blown, ball goes to Wethersfield. They've got a solid hit in the offensive zone. we saw this early third quarter where the Eagles were putting on a little offensive pressure in the early goings. They're doing the exact same thing in the fourth quarter. Nothing has changed. Or nothing has changed since halftime, I should say. Or
Ball was too high, played too high into the defender, so
with that, Guilford gets the ball back.
Gets the ball back.
We'll wait on the defensive unit from Wethersfield. I mean, this is just, there's no other way to word it. It's overwhelming offensive firepower that has been provided by the Grizzlies today. Bowers to play it in off the 48, and she rifles it downfield. Off the pad of Julia McDonald. No one there to grab the ball in that low corner, except for Sophia Nauer, who beats a defender. Plays into the circle, cleared back. Catherine Bello unable to get the handle on it. Played back towards Sadie Ruiz, who comes out of the proverbial penalty box. They're serving the 2 minutes to life sentence. 13 and a half to play in the final game, in the final quarter. Guilford has been feeling the pressure. Look at Sophia Nauer trying to split the defender. Whistle blows. Wethersfield ball from the 25. Maybe a little bit further back. I'll tell you, Guilford is feeling the pressure right now. Maybe that 1-goal lead, it's starting to get to him. 15 minutes is a lot of time. Ball played to Guilford's advantage. This will be a last-second dash to the finish line. I mean, both teams can really see the light at the end of the tunnel here. It really is cliche time.
I think we have 12 minutes to go. I'm not counting either the teams out yet. I'm not putting this one in the book. Not till that clock says 000000.
That's fair. As we see Guilford playing it along, whistle blows. Eagles pressured down into their own zone. And Guilford working it inside. Another shot in, another goal. That's a second time. Guilford has found their stride, and they're not going to let it go. They'll take a 2-0 lead with 12:03 to go in the fourth quarter. As they beat Peacock almost the same way.
Almost the same way. And you know what? I noticed on this goal also, she usually has another defender with her in the cage.
There was
nobody there this time, so there was nobody to take that deflection or that second shot.
It was the
to
same.
help her out.
It was the same thing a few minutes ago. There was no girl back in the cage backing her up.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe that was the secret for Guilford to finally hit their goal-scoring stride. They felt the pressure early in the quarter, but once they got the ball back, I'm sure they calmed down greatly. And with that 1-goal lead, they extend it to 2.
You know, I agree with you. You can see a different. They don't look like they're forcing now. Guilford, they're playing their game. We don't have to force it in. We have our goal. Let's play our game. Let's do who we are.
That is a great way to word that. That is exactly, I think, what happened. Of course, it's the nerves that you're going to try and force these plays, force those opportunities. But when you're playing laid back, you can play the game like nobody else. And that is exactly, as you said, what Guilford is doing right about now. Wethersfield working it. Number 16, Ruiz, wails it to the end line. So it was Grace Barlage who scored the first goal back in that third quarter. And we're awaiting confirmation to who's scored the second goal. Off the stick of Catherine Bello and out of play. In both championships that Guilford has, they scored 3 times. 3-1 over Sacred Heart Academy, 3-2 over Daniel Hand. Do you think that number 3 is coming? Possibly. Here's Catherine Bello to play it forward. Sophia Nauer to get there. Nauer now lifts it forward. Guilford. 10 minutes to go. Guilford's got a 2-goal lead, and they're looking for 3. Here they come inside the circle. Guilford to work it back outside on a backwards pass. Up in front, kick save by Peacock. And the corner's awarded. Guilford again.
And that time, the defense did go back. So you saw more defenders near the cage area, so the keeper did have backup.
9.5 to go. You're in the state championships, the 49th annual. And so glad you could spend part of your Saturday with us here on the NFHS Network. Oh, and Tomeno getting a little physical out there. Oh, yep, now the call. So it looks like
It's a penalty corner because there was a breakdown foul outside the circle. So the official has upgraded that to a corner on the push by the girl from Wethersfield.
So now, 8:50.
Okay, the corner's over now because the ball passed the 20-yard line. Hash mark 5 yards outside the circle.
And so, with 8.5 minutes to go, and we're hearing it as same as before. They do give confirmation. The goal, the second one, was also number 1, Grace Barledge. Scores 1 and 2. Could be the hero of this game for the girls of Guilford.
Scored by number 1, Grace Barledge, assisted by number 20, Maddie Epke.
And also noted, Maddie Epke gets the assist. 8 minutes now to go here in the 4th quarter. And Wethersfield playing the ball towards the 50. Back by Guilford. Guilford trying to get that 3rd goal here. Really lock this game down. They already have the insurance goal. They have breathing room on or a little padding on what was a 1-goal lead. And they've got 7.5 minutes to hold it.
And I'm sure they were a little frustrated through the first 3 quarters that they couldn't break through. So I don't think that they're going to stop trying to break through this defense because I'll tell you, it's one of the strongest defense I've seen all season.
And so we get the opportunity with 7:20 to go. We'll get a look at the Eagles to play it forward off the 30. We also get the opportunity, a little sneak peek for you. Class L action coming up next. Scheduled 12 p.m. start, so about an hour from now. We'll get to see the likes of CIAC rivals, the New Canaan Rams ranked number 1, and the dark horse candidate, the underdog, the number 11 ranked Wilton Warriors will meet on this hallowed ground in about an hour.
And again, another exciting game by 2 teams who have seen each other a few times during the season, and very competitive league. That's all I can say. I'm excited for that game also. But here we are with 6 minutes left, and it's a corner.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes to go. And, gee, when is it not a corner these days? Or not even these days, just this game. So with Guilford up by 2, 6:20 to go, they play the corner inside. Ooh, good defensive ability by Wethersfield. They'll clear it, and the opportunity to cut the lead down to 1. The opportunity presents itself. Wethersfield ball. They were stopped around midfield. The game isn't over yet, like you said. You still got 6 minutes to go. And if the Eagles can get an offensive opportunity, they put 1 in on Guilford. A team that in both of their championships, ooh, that one is played off the players. In both of their championship games, have not shut out an opponent in both their championship wins.
They haven't, huh?
3-1 against Sacred Heart Academy in 2018, 3-2 against Daniel Hand in 2019. They have not scored less than 3, and they have not allowed 0 goals. There's the third one. That looks like it might have been number 11 out there in Leah Constantini, but that'll be the 3rd goal.
That was a great play off that corner. They send that ball across, just staying with it. But I just want to know, did you feel that from the very beginning to make that call for that third goal? And what are you feeling for the last 5 minutes? Are we going to see another score?
I don't think so. Their cap is 3 for the past 2 seasons. I do feel there's going to be another goal, but it's not going to be for Guilford. I think this game, if I had to put money on it, I'd put a 3-1 final score. I don't see this being a shutout. I see this a 3-1 final. As Adams bringing it up. Here comes Wethersfield.
And she needs some help, and there she is.
Sadie Ruiz to play it off the whistle. Played in. Sophie Adams with an opportunity. Oh, with 5 minutes to go. So close. You know,
That was a close opportunity, huh?
I've been feeling, you know, like manifesting things into reality, and that's kind of what we did with that third goal, I guess you could say, as it's poked away. And I got fingers crossed that I would cover the over on that call for the 3-1 final. This one will be played in towards Bowers. Bowers to Adams. Picked away by Guilford. And again, Guilford has been a powerhouse for the past 3 years. It kind of all started back in 2012. They lost to Wilton 3-0. Wilton got moved up to Class L. They played New Canaan in Class M back in 2016, lost 3-1 to New Canaan. New Canaan got moved up to Class L. And now Guilford on the back of back-to-back championships, trying to make it back-to-back-to-back championships. And seeing the trend, do you think if Guilford wins here, they get moved up to Class L like New Canaan and Wilton before them?
I don't know whether or not they'll move out of class. I think it has to do with how many people are in their school and the students they have.
Right. It's
So
not like
it's not
ice
so much
hockey.
I can say, okay, I want to move up a class. They can request it, but they would have to go in all sports of a class level. You know what? We talked a lot about the defense of Wethersfield, but I think we really need to also, I want to give kudos to the defense of Guilford. Because every single time or opportunity that Wethersfield came down the field or sent the ball and it looked like they might gain momentum, they just stepped up to the plate and said, no, not on our watch. So I'm really kind of, don't want to disrespect them, but they really did a great job out here too, because there were opportunities and they just shut them down.
Yeah, the Guilford defense was impeccable almost, especially the effort of Julia McDonald on that big offensive chance by Wethersfield, their opportunity to take the 1-0 lead. She came flying out towards the edge of the circle, kicked it away. The defense has always been there. It seems whenever Wethersfield is bringing the ball down the field, there's one blue shirt and about 3 white shirts with green letters covering her.
Yeah.
I mean, that is some great textbook play, and I'm sure that Kitty Palmer, the coach of the Guilford Grizzlies, has got to be more than pleased with the team's performance today.
Yeah, I mean, Wethersfield's trying to get the ball out to their offensive players, but Guilford is just shutting it down every single opportunity with their defense. So, as much as we've seen great defense, you've seen great defense by both teams, you know, so kudos to them.
Definitely, as we count down, 2:15 to go. And Guilford playing it along the 20, Wethersfield. And ooh, no whistle there. We'll see. No, it will be a whistle. I don't think we heard it, unless they don't have whistles out there today.
Yeah, no, you probably didn't hear it, because we have a breakdown foul on that push. So we went to a corner on it. So they got it. And what's nice is that the officials are mic'd, so that if one gets blocked out and the other one sees it, they're able to talk to one another and communicate what they have. So plays like that, we can
and that is something.
make the correct call.
That is something unique to field hockey. I haven't seen it in any other high school sport
you're right.
here in the state.
I have talked to a couple of my friends who do like lacrosse, and they were like, oh, you know, we wish we had something like that during lacrosse season, but they have 3 officials. We're only working 2 officials on a game. So, and as you see on turf, how fast the game is moving, how fast the players are moving. So it's always good to have an extra set of eyes on the ball.
And we now will count down for the final 60 seconds of only the first set of action. Don't go anywhere at the end of this game. Maybe go somewhere, get a nice cup of coffee, finish up your morning as we have the final 47 seconds now of one of 3 games on the docket this afternoon and this morning. As, of course, the Eagles not done quite yet, though. Bowers stolen away by Guilford. And here come the Grizzlies with 30 seconds to go. Guilford moving along. And it'll be stopped by Bellatomeno. Whistle is blown there. And so now, it will be with 15 seconds to go. They score a 4th time! A 4th goal from the Guilford Grizzlies with 13 seconds to go. And that all but locks it up, I think.
I'm going to agree with you there. You did say there was going to be another goal, but so you must have some kind of psychic powers.
I must have. I mean, I tell you, I've been saying things in class and they've been happening. So, I mean, hey, if this whole announcing gig don't work out, I think I could be a psychic. Maybe I could get a TLC show. Who knows? 10 seconds now to go. And we have, for the final 5 seconds, the queen of Class M field hockey, Coach Kitty Palmer, retains her crown for a 3rd straight time. The 2021 Class M field hockey champions, the Guilford High School Grizzlies. And so, with that, that'll mark the end of the first contest of the day. Congratulations to both teams here, Guilford and Wethersfield. Big strides by Wethersfield to get to this point in the tournament. Guilford with even more big strides, the modern-day dynasty of Class M field hockey with their 3rd straight title. You've really made it when you can win 3 tournaments in a row, or 3 tournaments in a span of 4 years.
Well, it says that your program is developing, you're out there, your kids are vested in it. Middle school kids probably are playing, summer league. Same thing with, I've got to give kudos to Wethersfield though, because, who would have thought, they're not the dynasty 3 or 4 or 5 in a row, but this is the beginning of a dynasty. This is how you grow your program. This is how you make hockey big in town,
It takes a loss like this to try and build up to the point where you can play like Guilford, where Guilford is kind of the model team for the program as we get set for the medal and trophy presentation of one of 3. Can you believe we get to call 2 more of these things?
I'm excited. Can't wait. Here we go.
I mean, if this game, like I said earlier, if this game sets the precedent for the rest of the afternoon, I certainly cannot wait for the 2nd and 3rd
Even
sets.
though the score is 4-0, it really is not indicative of how this game was played.
No, the scoring line does not describe
it really
this
doesn't
contest
describe
accurately.
This game. I mean, Guilford's offensive push happened all game long.
It was
And
stifled
they
for
were
most of it.
For most of it. And their tenacity never stopped. They never waned. They're like, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. When Wethersfield's defensive tenacity was saying, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. And it wasn't until the final quarter where Guilford finally broke down the defense. But, I mean, those goals were not easy goals. They weren't like, the keeper worked hard, the defense worked hard, the team worked hard. I mean, they had opportunities, but they just ran into a much stronger this year Guilford team. But I'll tell you, kudos to both teams for great play.
Both teams were really phenomenal, and we were so happy to bring you the first of this action on NFHS Network. Don't go anywhere. We've got the medal presentation, the trophy presentation, officially, I guess you could say, the coronation of the 2021 Class M Field Hockey Champions. Coming up next, 12 p.m., about 40 minutes from now, number 1, New Canaan taking on number 11, Wilton. Wilton beating teams like Darien, Hall, Staples to get here, especially that number 2 ranked team in the tournament, Darien, who was a favorite to meet New Canaan, stifled 1-0 3-2 in a shootout by Wilton.
Yeah, that I wish I was there for that game because that had to be an exciting game to have a shootout happen. So, two evenly matched teams, and next team is not going to be easy for either team to walk through.
No,
they know each other well, so I'm excited to see the outcome of that game.
The first time these two teams did meet in the regular season, it was 6-0 New Canaan over Wilton in their regular season matchup. So we'll take it to Sharon Reynolds, the PA announcer, for the trophy presentation.
Members of the CIAC Field Hockey Committee. They are Carol Jansen, CIAC Field Hockey Committee member, former principal at McGee Middle School. Maureen Perkins, CIAC Field Hockey Committee member, and Glastonbury High School Field Hockey coach. Vicky Bromage, the CIAC Field Hockey Committee member and former Enfield High School Field Hockey coach, and Donna O'Neill, the CIAC Field Hockey Tournament director. First, for the runner-up medals for the Class M championship game, the medals go to the players from Wethersfield High School. Beginning with number 1, Emily Schneider. Number 2, Caroline Provost. Number 3, Ren Lasella. Number 6, Catherine Bell. Number 7, Logan Lasella. Number 8, Emma Anzade. Number 9, Emily Messina. Number 10, Madeline Gold. Number 11, Emma Puck. Number 11, Kelly Kinnery. 12, Molly Bauer. Number 13, Sophie Evans. Number 14, Gabrielle Rossi. Number 16, Sadie Ruiz. Number 17, Sophia Nauer. Number 18, Sophia Barca. Number 20, Maria Knapp. Number 22, Christina Kinnery. Number 23, Catherine Mann. Number 25, Gabriela Tomeno. Number 77, Veronica McKenna. Number 80, Tess Parker. And number 88, Julia Peacock. Goes to the team captains and coaching staff of Wethersfield High School. Congratulations, Wethersfield. And now, for the first place medals for the Class M Championship, the medals go to the players from Guilford High School. Number 0, Julia McDonald. Number 1, Grace Barley. Number 2, Kim Evans. Number 3, Scout Climby. Number 4, Caroline Kane. Number 5, Gigi Mineo. Number 6, Wesley Dahlberg. Number 7, Jaden Violet. Number 8, Sammy.
If we can make Guilford, we can.
Number 9, Steve. Number 11, Leah Constantini. 12, Olivia McDonald. Number 13, MJ Santa Barbara. Number 14, Daniela Bickerman. Number 16, Erin Hargraves. Number 17, Isabel Matthews. Number 18, Allie Pentonito. 20, Maddie Epke. Number 21, Ella Clark. Number 23, Nicholas. Number 30, Tanya Evans. Number 31, Alex Glasgow.
Get the 90 and we're good.
Number 32, Delaney Victor. Number 40, Peyton Root. And number 90, and now, ladies and gentlemen, the Class 7 championship flag goes to the team captains and coaching staff of Guilford High School.
And here it is, the moment
Congratulations.
they've been waiting for since last year's tournament was canceled.
Congratulations to
The
both teams.
raising of the plaque, the embodiment of victory in the state of Connecticut. Absolute victory, I would say. And with Guilford securing their place as a three-time champion, securing themselves as a dynasty of the Nutmeg State for field hockey. And it took them a few tough losses, Wilton, New Canaan in particular, two teams that will meet in the next contest, ironically, but after those two games, they took off, and the program has soared ever since to now what is turning out to be their third straight championship victory.
You can have it.
So, keep it right here on NFHS Network. We'll be back with the 12 o'clock set. Until then, my name is Jimmie Clark,
And I'm Donna Vavrinec.
and we'll see you in about, say, 30 minutes.
See you later. Stay tuned. Great game coming.